when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaid or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Remember who wants what?
That too. But more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Our current Waffen-Arsenal is a joke, and on top of it, wait, army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting?
Man, just save. What?
That the bandits who freed Hinnick,
Why save is not working at all?
Dry Devil, used that.
Grace and
Are you deaf? That white.
I apologize, sir.
Can you believe it?
Which one?
Are you colorblind? Where did they get them?
White. You're the one.
Man, is for real? Or it's just like too much save, so why it's not working at all? Quick save F5.
Where they got them? Since you're a gunsmith.
The fuck?
The city reserves are.
Yeah, at least it was a quick save or what? Let's quest save. So it's working, but you can save like within this quest, as far as I understand. Mm-hmm. 1702. Созвоне безошибочно опознали как ID по фоновой музыке, когда случайно включил микро. Что? Что это значит? Какие французы? Я походу не тот сейф удалил. Угу. Блин. А, созвон на работе. А я так и не понял, что за сообщение ты написал, типа, про менее интересный стрим. Я думал, ты про меня, типа, написал. Типа. Блин, опять меня ботинки покупать, серьезно? Блин, пиздец. Ладно.
Did you hear about what the bailiff is planning?
No, I don't care. Onion. White, yellow, and red.
Willkommen.
Geht es dir?
Schön.
I need boots again.
Thank you and take
Ага. Die Hard. На созвонах с камерой, чтобы видно, дрочили заметно на успешный успех компании. Ну я понял, это понятно, это на удаленке это такой это промышляют. Ну это очевидно, как бы, что это самое. Это же не банвор, правда, да? Тут меня еще похуй. Я никогда не был таким. У меня Twitch забанили тот аккаунт, как бы, да. То есть на Кике меня никогда не банили, но даже если на Твиче забанить, если я могу на Кик съебаться. Я уже, мне на самом деле, я уже и так труп, и так труп, мне вообще похуй, если честно. Но Twitch этот канал вообще никогда не банил практически. То есть меня банили только за по DMCA, то есть как бы и все. Так, хардсейв есть, все. Просто я же всегда на английском стримил, как бы, я на русском вообще, в принципе, я не знаю, но Ксюха попросила меня по-русски постримить, это на русском языке, типа, поменять язык стрима, но я просто, я не знаю, я не могу, у меня эстетика русского языка, не то, что у меня нету такого-то там расизма там и так далее, да, то есть просто, у меня просто, не знаю... Только на троне. Ну да. Ну, короче, я так скажу, что я просто я вообще не связывался. Я в одном поле бы срать бы не сел со всем этим сбродом вот этим вот, да, вот, типа... Это как вот эти вот все... Ну, ты смотришь на вот этих вот, типа, популярных вот этих людей, да, то есть, как бы там, да... Ладно, там этих, ну, типа, которые на английском стримят, там понятно все, там просто, ну, просто биомусор, ладно, окей, можно. Но вот, вот такого вот отборного биомусора, как у нас, это, конечно, вот как вот этот чувак, который в ЛДПР-то вступил, блядь, после того, как ему чуть ли не напиздярили-то за шутку про Коран. Вот. А теперь он в изгнании, блядь, нахуй, насколько я понимаю. Как этот его дружок, блядь, нахуй. Спел песенку про Нордост, ебать. Ну, то есть, ладно бы я вот спел песенку про Нордост, а я ж нихуя такого не делал, не. Они просто пришли мне за комментарии предъявили, блядь. Сидели тут, умничали, блядь. Ну, чё, я позвоню, ебать. Я, правда, письмо им написал, ебать, уже, нахуй. Я говорю, если среди вас, ебать, гондонов есть хоть один, блядь, человек, сука, верните мне мои вещи, блядь. Вот. Они там мне написали, там, блядь, так, не злоупотребляйте своими там этими, блядь, типа, правами там, блядь. Какие нахуй права, блядь, нахуй, блядь, животные ебаные. Да, пиздец, просто, не знаю, блядь. Типа, я бы вернул комп, конечно. Были бы у меня силы, как говорится, вот. Были бы у меня силы какие бы, я бы поехал бы, блядь, к ним в отделение и, блядь, это самое, нахуй. И сказал бы, давайте, компьютер возвращайте, нахуй. С телефоном, блядь. Ну вот я говорю, уже сколько месяцев прошло, то есть они же ко мне на день рождения на мой прям завалились, нахуй. И то только потому, что я дверь, сука, открыл. Наверное, сам долбоёб. Ну, у меня были, говорю, у меня был вариант, типа, это, на крышу комп закинуть. И это самое, вместе с телефоном. Ну, а старый телефон можно было просто выкинуть, да и все, блядь. Сказать, хату обнесли, и все, мне кажется, отъебались бы нахуй. Вот. Ладно бы они заряженные какие-то пришли там, да, типа там их там послала какая-нибудь там Мизулина или какой-нибудь там очередной Милонов, блядь, а не. Им видно было, что им даже впадло было вообще это всю хуйню заниматься, ебать. Чел со мной сидел на допросе, ему 26 лет, нахуй. Он, считай, родился при Путине, блядь. Его Владислав зовут, нахуй. Это пиздец просто. Я думал, ему лет 30, нахуй. Лет 35 там, блядь. Не, ему 26 лет, нахуй. Он на 10 лет меня моложе, блядь. Ну, почти на 10 лет. Ой, блядь, эта страна это, блядь. Ну, ничего. 2 миллиона поубивали, 20 миллионов беженцев, ебать. Сейчас эта лысая залупа сдохнет, все опять развалится, ебать, просто. И это, ну вот, и их все устроит. После очередного развала, блядь. Российская империя развалилась, осталось вот только федерацию туда развалить, блядь, нахуй. Этот уже видно, что он уже гниет заживо, этот долбоеб, ебать. Сидит там. Дайте там мир там, давайте, ребята, давайте мир там устроим, давайте там это, ну, он там с обращением выступает, эта хуйня, ебать, типа, да, и говорит, ну, типа, давайте мириться, типа, да, а этот, это вряд ли, блядь, такой вооруженной или невооруженной оппозиции, это, блядь, эти там рассказывают, блядь, вот банановая это точно будет, блядь. Я бы на вашем месте, вот реально, вот на Кипре ничего не происходит, я бы лучше на вашем месте, вот реально, там вот я вот отвечаю, вот у меня, это 10 лет назад было, мне вот чувак тоже говорил, что вот типа вот все нормальные русские съебывают 2 страны, это Литва, ну 3, ладно, Канада, Литва и Кипр. Я говорю, а что на Кипре? Он говорит, там говорит, вообще, говорит, все заебись. Вот. А я ни разу там не был, но я знаю чувака, у меня был на курсе, Женя его звали. Он постоянно на Кипр ездит, постоянно загорелый приезжает, блядь, постоянно хвастается. Говорит, я на Кипр ездил. Я говорю, а что там? Я говорю, ну вот там все заебись. Я такой, ну ясно, понятно. Говорит, а ты там был? Я говорю, да не, брат, куда я поеду? У меня же там ни родственников никого нет. Говорит, а, ну да, но у меня, говорит, родственники там есть, типа, да, живут там, типа. Вот, они прям это самое. А ездил, блин, как каждый год.
Friend. Did he have? Well, so have you got? Sure. You've got a it's a good. Do you know for it?
Но на самом деле 500 это не так много, да, то есть как бы. Ну они это дефолт, что? Они съебывают от плохой жизни, а это самое, да, и рассказывают эти истории свои просто. Они все одинаковые, блядь. Ну, я говорю, поэтому я говорю, не любил никогда на русском, наверное, да, разговаривать и стримить, потому что, я не знаю, типа, не то чтобы, блин, я прям какое-то, типа, какое-то отношение такое особое какое-то, ну, просто не знаю. Антиэстетика какая-то ебаная просто, и все. У меня вот даже голос свой вот на русском, блядь, не знаю, отчасти мерзок, на самом деле, я так скажу. Вот, просто, и все. носители подвели. Ну, наверное, да, но английский мне поближе будет просто. Как Ксюха написала, я бы, ты американец был в прошлой жизни, блин, да, то есть, как бы, вот. Вот, ну, реально, да, то есть, я не знаю, вот, кроме английского мне, ну, просто, ну, реально, все на английском, блядь, ну, все, вот все, вот, куда ты идешь, везде на английском, блядь, вот просто все.
That and in well, I'm just absolutely correct. But you'll
Still need a moment.
something more if you need to go.
Угу. Так, засейвиться. Но я так скажу, что я это самое, я говорю, типа, я вот пишу этим идиотам на алерт, ну, в очереди и все, он вот в очереди это самое, по жизни просто. Вот он, блядь, в очереди. И в очереди, нахуй. Просто в очереди и в очереди, говорит. В очереди. Какой нахуй очереди, блядь? Да, пожалуйста, ну не надо это. Вот. Бот написал 9 числа это было. 4:53. В ту же минуту. Опять в 55. Вот и все просто. На почте то же самое. Пишет мне это самое с поддержки, говорит, мы, говорит, передали ваше, говорит, эту самую специалисту. И, то есть, и вот он так и будет лежать, и ничего не будет, короче, просто. Вот и все.
Here I am.
Let's have a look at. You've got a tunic. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. Everything as it should be. Do you know what you have to do?
Да, на самом деле, я думаю, что нет там никакой этой, что называется. Это только если мне кто-то там, вот, я не знаю, если только Ксюха, ебать, да, там посмотрит сейчас в очередной раз, там, да, то есть, как бы, типа, есть там, ну, ты там, да, то есть, только, ну, там Ксюх, там, я думаю, там писать что-то там лучше, оно того не стоит, мне кажется. Лучше просто наблюдателем побыть, что называется. Если там какой-то еблан будет жаловаться, там, ну, по-любому какой-нибудь один еблан выскочит, нахуй, ебать, типа, там, где деньги? Вот, да, потому что там, в ТГ там это вообще, там, блядь, этот пряник, или как его там звать, это чушка, или как это, блядь, как у него ник-то этого админа-то, блядь, в ТГ, блядь, у Donation Alerts. Пряник, чушка, плюшка, да? Плюшка, да, плюшка. В жопе клюшка, блядь, нахуй, сука. Чушка, плюшка, да. Вот чушка, это про него.
Excellent. Put away your
Сидит, блядь, Вася Пряник, блядь, ебаный. Ой. Шок-контент ебаный, блядь. Так, orders. White or monastery red? Pouring wine. Quality of service. Be careful not to let guests wait. Короче, все, что я должен сделать, это разлить либо красное, либо белое вино. Все.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Baffin is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
Hey, boy.
I'm
full cup
saying
of
that the
monastery
bandits
wine.
who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
The wine.
That
I'll be right back.
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get
I apologise, sir.
You're the one
Which
who
wine?
should know where
Monastery
they got
red.
them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this
Sir?
too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a
Thank
deal?
you, waiter.
What I smell is that your stock...
Вот, и, короче, я не знаю, я писал им, блядь, это самое. Ну, я могу просто с пруфами заебенить видос на ютубе, блядь, просто, чтобы, ну, просто я вот, ну, реально, да, вот, я никогда не понимал людей, которые рассказывают про то, как, блядь, какой Donation Alerts пиздатый. Постоянно какие-то проблемы. С этим DonatPay то же самое. И с ними со всеми вот такие проблемы. И я вот не понимаю, что у них, блядь, в башке, нахуй, этих ублюдков ебаных. Я, конечно, жаловался на PayPal, я помню, блядь, когда я еще стримил на английском. Ну, блядь, вот денег нет, молчат. Кто-то, блядь, ну ладно, когда донаты были там, ну, типа, это самое, у меня просто был этот электрик. из Италии, да, то есть он мне заебашил 100 евро. У меня всегда так вот, я не знаю, что-то вот просто чувак заходит на стрим, говорит, все, у тебя заебись, игры стримишь прям. Ну, я играл в Wildlands 1, это легендарная JRPG, вот, и он, короче, это кидает 100 евро, я такой, блядь, что за хуйня? Он такой, все, я, говорит, обещал тебе, я скинул. И это самое, я такой сижу, такой, ну, блядь, ну, может, ты и канал тогда заполовишь, тогда чё? А все, ну, реально, вот все такие вот. Ну, ладно, я говорю, я вот честно, я за честные отношения. Вот хорошо, вот есть люди, типа, кого? Вот Джинси, например, да? Вот он зашел в Discord, подписался зачем-то, и вообще ему похуй. Он ни на одно сообщение не написал, ничего. Я вот за это, я я вообще думал вот сейчас искренне, да, то есть как бы, что ты, Сандер, да, и с Катюхой, вы просто забили на меня, да. Я хотя бы это могу уважать, честно скажу. А вот эти люди, вот эти, типа Дамаскуса, вот это вот, он то зафоловит, то анфоловит. Я уже просто всех их покикал нахуй, вот просто пошли нахуй, ребят, вот, ну реально. Вот у меня есть, блядь, там 3 человека, которые меня смотрят, все, пусть так будет, нахуй, реально. Это надо стол, нахуй, вымывать, блядь, и вытирать, нахуй, вместе с клавиатурой, блядь.
Heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The dry
I'm sorry.
devil is running free.
I wasn't paying
There are
attention.
Hellbreaker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight? Exactly.
Waiter, get
The
me white.
merciful King Sigismund is providing us
Так,
with
white.
protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with
Так, и вот этот Эрдрис, you're not supposed to give him wine.
the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king
Hey, waiter,
fears that this
pour me
town
some
will
monastery
rise
wine.
against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
I apologise,
So
sir.
you suggest we
Which
just
wine?
wait with
Monastery
arms crossed
rat.
for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
Вот, я просто это самое, я так скажу просто, что я как бы, ну, вообще, в принципе, игру не ожидал, да, то есть, как бы, что там кто-то там меня там вспомнит, там, и так далее. Я игру просто, да, у меня вот какие-то силы последние появились, потому что я что-то сидел, я уже думал, ладно, пора заканчивать с жизнью, то есть, как бы, да, все равно жизни не будет, нахуй, никакой, да, нет никакой судьбы, потому что я человек судьбы, я считаю, что у меня есть судьба, нахуй. Вот большая судьба, я всегда так думал, нахуй. Что вот сейчас я, блядь, пожру говна, а потом это самое все, да, то, что называется. Потом кошку мелкую лечили, переживали ее потерю. А у вас кот был, да? Ну, кошка, вернее, да, то есть, как бы, и с ней что случилось, да? Вот. И, короче, это самое, да, то есть, как бы, я так скажу, что просто я сидел, и потом я просто вижу, блядь, Tales of Rebirth вышла, блядь, а я ее так ждал, блядь, просто, ну, потом я просто последние бабки, нахуй, вот, последние взял и, блядь, купил себе этот комп, нахуй, и все. Вот так вот. Еще потом купил телефон за 1500 рубля, с рук, нахуй, взял. Пиздать телефон, кстати, нахуй, лучше, чем у моей тетки, блядь. Она постоянно жалуется, что у нее не заряжается, блядь. Я купил себе самый говный телефон, блядь, с IPS, блядь, матрицей, нахуй, блядь, при этом еще за 1500 рублей. Там, правда, есть этот самый памяти 1 гигабайт, блядь, ну как его, оперативный, блядь. Но он работает хотя бы. Вот я сейчас чат на нем, блядь, могу смотреть, блядь. Ну, у меня, правда, на экране тоже есть, как бы, да, ну, неважно.
The Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or
О, ну кошка это, конечно, да, это самое. Я просто, я на самом деле, я говорю, я вот этого, ну как сказать, я бы никогда таким, я не хочу быть каким-то, блядь, ебаным этим, каким-то, ну типа, как сказать, ну, начнем с того, что я не являюсь, как бы, каким-то идолом, никаким ебаным, да, то есть, как бы, никогда им не был и не буду, да, то есть, как бы, ну, просто фишка в том, что, как бы, я думал, ну, как бы, ну, ладно, всем насрать на меня, похуй, да, просто, и все. Я взял компы, блядь, да, то есть, как бы, там, на меня там, это... ну, там, я это самое, это сказал... Ну, Ксюха написала, да, как бы, вот, мне в личку, да, типа, я написал, что я живой, типа, да, вот, ну, короче, как-то вот оно так так все получилось, да, то есть, короче, ну, вот и все. Ну, я говорю, я просто, говорю, я бы никогда бы даже... Просто я понимаю, что я такой человек, что, типа, ну, как сказать, да, то есть, как бы, что я, вот, как-то так вот получается, что я вижу то, чего, блядь, какие-то очевидные вещи, чего не видят огромное количество идиотов современных, к сожалению. Вот так вот нам получается, вот. И поэтому просто, ну, я не знаю, да, то есть, как бы, вот. Блин, господи, какой же срач просто, кошмар какой-то. Потому что ладно бы я тут ел там или что-то типа того, ну это чисто из-за вентилятора этого ебаного, чё. Отопление вырубают завтра, нахуй? Или, сегодня вырубают, да.
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman
My
named
cup
Betty
is
showed up and
empty.
hovering. I want to repair
Pour
the
me some
balance
white.
there.
Some
She's
white.
a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand.
Be glad I can
Soft,
hardly sit upright. Otherwise, I'd go for that white myself.
We support her.
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people.
Ну, там, да, там климат, конечно, если привык к зимнему климату, там, конечно, это самое. Но всяко лучше без, блядь, вот этого всего говна жить, чем с говном с этим ебаным. Когда это самое, как это сказать-то? Ну, блядь, вот реально, я уже не могу. Ну, Ксюха видела, да, то есть, как бы, да, что, блядь, это, я не знаю, смайлики запустить, надо VPN врубать, нахуй, блядь, просто, вот, блядь, ебаные. Эти БТТВ, нахуй, ебучие. Это, блядь, просто, не знаю, убиться можно, блядь, об эту, блядь, об эту говнострану ебаную. Но я так скажу, что у меня нормально все, типа, с это самое, типа, у меня не сказать, что прям стол прям, ну, грязный просто, я про мелкую пыль говорю, да, я даже когда вот мелкая пыль появляется, да, то есть, условно говоря, там, да, там, что-то там, не знаю, там, волос один хотя бы вижу на столе, я прям триггерит меня, вот. У меня, на самом деле, у меня супер чисто, я так скажу. Ловите смайлы баню.
Adam, the need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly.
More wine,
And
Master
they can get
Bailiff.
leeches there
I
for
have
free as
enough
well.
wine. I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Rifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle. Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Nice.
Don't put words in my
New
mouth.
silver might just be.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree.
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
I got word that Root...
Ну, типа, перевод, типа, на дорогу посылку с твоим номером. Сам еще привезу и привез.
I just pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That
Вот, ну да, но на самом деле я так скажу, что типа это самое, что не знаю, я бы, честно говорю, я просто я понимаю, что вот если бы я бы съебался, да, то есть я бы просто нахуй даже не вспоминал бы, блядь, про эту, блядь, говнострану ебаную. Ну просто реально проблема, что нахуй, блядь, даже, ну, там, не в проклятиях там никаких, просто проблема в людях, блядь. Вот реально говно живет, ебать, ебучее, блядь, которое вот реально, вот им, блядь, запретили что-то. Они что-то сидят в каждой топике в стиме, блядь, нахуй, оруду, блядь, что вот запрещают игры покупать, блядь. Ты дурак, что ли, или что? Кто тебе запрещает покупать игры, блядь? Ты про власть свою что-нибудь напиши лучше. Но ты же не напишешь никогда, правильно?
Weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody
Monastery
knows.
wine.
He wiped the
Here.
floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself?
А, это пиздец, блядь.
I beg your pardon. I demand that you... Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Так, монстры Вайн, сюда.
Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me.
Waiter,
Are you
I
defending
wanted
Rutard?
monastery wine.
Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Thank you, waiter.
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Hey, waiter. That's grossly exaggerated.
Monastery
I
wine?
don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous.
Don't hang around me. Vanish.
You act like you've never been in a fight.
Я даже к тебе не подошел.
Accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. Hey, we're not some old fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by... And that's that. More pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on with it.
I'd soon be out of customers.
I think it's better just go and kill everybody, I think, here. The chapel?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
No time. Now take these gloves and shut the fuck up,
let's
please.
see what you've got for me.
Here are your
Found
gloves.
your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 32, sir.
That many? It seems a few more angels must have descended from heaven. For a royal waiter, you don't have much of a knack for counting.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining
I'll have a
city.
cup of wine.
Why can't we build faster?
Nice big one.
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called
I'll be right back.
craftsmen
I apologise, sir.
are a band
Which one?
of
White
parasites.
Tokai.
You pay them, they come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right.
Good, sir.
It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you?
Hey, boy.
And what would
Full
that
cup
be?
of monastery
Like,
wine.
for instance, that
Monastery
you
wine,
must
full
have
cup.
your own altar there.
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Worthy councillors, we are not on the marketplace to argue like fishwives. The construction of the cathedral is proceeding slowly, and, as Jerome says, there is a war, and there is neither money
Boy,
nor
I'd like some
craftsmen.
white.
But with our joint powers, we will finish the building to the glory of God and our city, even if it takes 100 years. What is next in the order of business?
Thank you, Rita.
Finally.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azon al-Juchagase, Alegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Utra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
And like this plan of false!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Oh, how I hated to play as a priest in this game.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you looking for friends among us?
Let us say rather that we have chosen a side. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable and has his heart in the right place. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Copula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, the last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
Baron, no. I'm not looking for friends. Pleasure is all mine.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off.
Maybe I just can leave and that's it, no? What's the deal doing here, lol? It's gathering of allies of
In these
Winslice.
troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary. And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right.
That whoreson won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
I'm not going to stay here.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when
A guy on background.
I'm John Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of... That's not a thing.
I have no idea where to go,
I
man.
have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Was that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
I have anything better to do anyway, I'm busy right now.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain...
Jobst.
...shortcomings?
That's a
Jobst.
weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. I have an idea how to change that.
I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage in equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Это что, бот, что ли? Да, бот. Refuse drink.
Success to our plans.
Не, ну, кстати, есть же чувак с ником Писек. Вот. Лорд Писек его зовут. Это, кстати, не шутка, это так и есть. Вот. Так что писька и жишка в одной игре, так сказать, ну, игра, прям скажем, 18+, как бы, да. И сказать, что эта игра для детей, это прям, как говорится, это... Язык не поворачивается.
There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Job's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough
Jobst.
resources to
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mum. You're
Mum?
well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Блин, не вижу, что тут написано.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
You manage large estates. In return for your generosity, we offer you protection.
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care of my own resources. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead.
Mm-hmm.
But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Okay. Swap for documents here.
I'll tell you, nobody has got.
Mind where you're going.
Yo, but 4x, what? Man. God, baby.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
What brings you here? God bless.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered. I'm not idle.
God forbid. But standing around here must be a pain in the arse, no? You might get thirsty.
Not really. What of it?
Shall we roll some dice? I'm sure you can take a little breather, eh?
Well, all right. But just for a little while. I'll wait at the table over there. What brings you here?
And while he go away and try to just play with dice with me, I just rob him, right? Very easy. Ah! Swap out the documents with saddlebags. Ah! That was super easy. You need to play with dice with him. Where's the table?
Don't be a... Come on then, show us what you can do. Unless you're playing for the first time.
Uh-huh. Score and continue, score and pass.
Here. Like this. Alright, that'll do.
What the fuck is this guy doing, lol?
Excellent! And the money goes to me.
But the documents goes to me, man.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Get support from Haman Alder from Bolshakov Kunstad.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Ha, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Alder.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Leipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
You're exaggerating, like you've always done.
Me? Exaggerating? You're the one who turned my home into a house of ill repute. Your whores wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh,
Сандер, пока.
actually, anything fun was strictly banned under your roof. But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe you wouldn't be such a bitter old grouch.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
No, you don't.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. And the sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
And that's exactly why.
I'd love to see
Sir Kunzler, I haven't yet had the pleasure.
You're Godwin, aren't you? I've heard about you from Martin.
Oh dear.
Have no fear. I know Martin well, and I know he's prone to exaggeration. Anything I can do for you?
What do you think of the rabbi's offer? The Kuttenberg Jewish community is large, and their support could change everything.
Or nothing.
To be honest, I've no idea what to expect of the rabbi's offer.
He said he was interested in an alliance, though, didn't he?
Aye, but still he must be aware that whatever happens, it won't change the lot of his people.
So you don't trust him?
And isn't it natural? It's not just faith in the walls of their quarter that separates us. They live in our city, but they're more foreign than the Germans or the Hungarians.
Job's plan.
Will you support Margrave Jobst's plan?
That depends on what it is. If he decides to just wait, then no. I can't take that risk any longer.
Do you think we should look for help somewhere else?
I came here for one reason alone. To hear a plan of attack against Sigismund. If Jobst doesn't lay one out before me, I'll try and find someone more courageous.
Пишут, блядь, не игнорируют ни один запрос на своем Donation Alerts. Да, блядь, 5 дней не игнорируете. Проверяю, нахуй. Дебилы ебаные, блядь.
I expect you know Lady Anna of Waldstein well.
Why wouldn't I? She's joined at the hip with my daughter Rosa.
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here. I've heard she's a bit of a thorn in the side for some of the gents here.
To her own relatives, certainly. But I'll tell you one thing. I knew her husband, Wenzel, and he married her out of love. And I cared for him devotedly till the day he died. And it wasn't a quick death.
So it's not true what they say? That his demise was convenient for her?
Vile slander. People just can't forgive her for coming into a fortune as a young widow. God be with you.
Mind where you're going.
Короче, надо... Что там, я отстримил туда. Часок, надо, короче, пойти похавать надо будет. Реально. А то я, блядь, с этим... Так бы я закончил, блядь, тот стрим, блядь, вырубил бы